What's up, guys? I am D, and together we are Guiding D Light. So many things to talk about, so many things to discuss, comprehend, to pay attention to, right? Where does it all begin? Where does it all start? Is there an ending? I believe not. Achieving balance, right? It's kind of a tricky subject, and it can be explained multiple different ways. But the balance I'm going to focus on, I want you guys to focus on with me right now, is the energetic balance. Okay? Imagine you have a circle. Cut the circle in half. Color one side black, one side white. Represents the duality, right? The light versus the dark. Okay? Now take a pendulum. Put it in there and swing. When it swings, it's going to the dark, to the light, to the dark, to the light, right? And sometimes it might get hung up in the light or in the dark. But if it gets hung up, and then you let it go, swinging across, it's like you're throwing that energy the wrong way, right? You're staying linear, right? Black and white. So the way Source and the way it was described to me was my pendulum was on the dark side, right? Because I've been doing more service to self things, right? And I've made that initiative action to release it. We'll come flying over to the light. I really like that, right? And I was staying with that light a little bit too much. And then it just, right, worked its way out. Once it started teetering back and forth just real slightly, that's when the normancy in my life started to come back, right? Because I was very imbalanced. I had a lot of things going. My chakras were firing out of control, right? So to get that pendulum to sit in the middle, right? Well, then we got to look at that circle again. So we drew it like this, but imagine it was like this, okay? And the darkness is, so when it's resting, the pendulum's up and down resting, that circle's turned, so that pendulum's in the dark, right? Because you spent so much time there. And I'll never forget, I had this one meditation where it felt like, that inner vertigo feeling, like you're falling off a cliff or whatever. I was sitting in my chair and it felt like I was rolling out the back of my chair. And what that was that turning of that circle, right, to get it to be straight up and down. And it was truly remarkable to have that feeling and then have the esoterical understanding and knowledge, like what took place, right? Because it kind of almost feel like it turned the world upside down, right? But what I did is I reshifted my reality, right, to get that balance, right? So now my pendulum's hanging in the middle. I got my balance on my left and my right, I'm fully balanced. And then I'm like, well, I want to take energy, I want to transfer energy from the love, put it to the dark, and bring some of that essence back. White stack. Get everything in my ordinance colored coated with white. It didn't quite seem to work. And it was like duality, okay? Why swing the pendulum back and forth in duality? Why swing it from left to right? Now we're thinking, right? Spin it. Think about it. That pendulum's dead center in the middle. All you're doing is spinning it. You're neutral. You're balanced. But you're spinning. This allows you to pull your energy up the pendulum chain, right? Imagine the pendulum's being held by your oversoul, okay? You got to go up the chain to reach the oversoul, right? And then you go a little bit above the oversoul and you're looking down like bird's eye view, like, hey man, what are you doing? No, I'm just kidding. So that pendulum might be swinging back and forth for a lot of you. Maybe you've rested your pendulum, right? It's rested, but you're still leaned one way, right? Dial that back in, become balanced in all of the essences, right? Then we spin that pendulum And that spin is our vortex. And we go up that energetic chain and we grab the higher knowledge we want, right? It's black and white. But when you go up the chain is when you hit the colors, right? It's so magnificent and it's so beautiful to see and feel, and just the whole experience of it all is just so blissful, especially if you have someone like myself who's been experienced this and can guide you in that direction, right? When we get up into the colors, that's when we're dancing with the angels, right? We're walking with the ascended masters. You know, that's where that higher energy comes from. But if we're down here and we're trying to swing left to right and we just keep rubbing, you know, pushing our pendulum around, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. But if you really center yourself and stay true for a month and stay in that neutral balance, those shifts that I've talked about are going to happen for you. I guarantee it. Especially the way the energy now. If your intent is very strong and you have the intent to do certain things, the universe, the energy, it's going to give it to you because it's ready for you. You know, it's always been ready for you, but now it's more ready than ever. Okay? So when we find that balance, when we spin our pendulum, and when we decide to go up through the energies, we find our colors, we find our energetic patterns, right? We grow our wings, and we learn to navigate the universe and the galacticverse. It's really cool stuff, you know. A lot of people don't quite understand it, but I think we can all understand what balance is. I think we all know a little bit of what balance feels like. You know, keep that neutral mindset. Don't stay so linear minded. Think outside the box, and you shall become outside the box. With that being said, guys, I love you. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. If this helps you out in any way, you know, share it on, pass it forward. Achieve balance. Stay true to yourself. Be you. And until next time, guys, peace.